Oh my goodness, I think we're actually live already. It's happening. It's always just happening by itself. Hello, everybody. This is the Money Talks team with a Tuesday medicine of self-worth. How is everybody doing?
Aloha, everyone, wherever you are, in what state, in what country. Welcome for a few moments to the energy of the Hawaiian Islands. We are here in Oahu, Hawaii.
Exactly. So the technical issues are solved, I think. So today, we wanted to talk about a very specific, important, I think, especially in these times, very important topic, which is abundance. And right now, everyone around in the whole wild online world is talking about abundance, how to manifest abundance, how to create abundance, how to embody abundance, right? Everything is so abundant. The talking about abundance is absolutely abundant right now. Marcia, give me your 2 cents about it while I'm going to share the video.
While you're doing the tech thing, I'll say that, stay tuned, because everything that Lucy and I do and the whole energy of our show, Money Talks, What the Hell Is It Saying, is always about flipping everything on its head and redefining things in an unexpected way. So we might all have this idea of what abundance looks like. It looks like lots of money. It looks like fancy cars. It looks like fancy homes. It looks like designer clothes. But as you can guess and sense, the real true definition of abundance, the real meaning of the abundance, and the way we can really welcome and embody abundance is much, much, much simpler, much easier, and does not require spending a single dollar from your wallet. So we'll go more into that, but we want to share this scene from Act 2. And again, we no need to really set it up. I think it'll speak for itself.
Exactly. So let me just get there real quick.
And again, this is from, for those of you that might be tuning in for the first time, we are the playwrights, the composers, the lyricists, and the producers and performers of an award-winning 2-woman musical called Money Talks, But What the Hell Is It Saying? A show about self-worth, success, failure, and empowerment.
Exactly. And so here's a scene where Marcia has a very poignant monologue, and I'm bursting into song right after. Enjoy, and then we will take it away after with going a little deeper into the topic. Here we go.
So one morning, I'm walking my dog Zoe in the valley behind my house. It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining, but I'm not feeling it because it's the end of the month and I haven't paid my mortgage, my maintenance fee, my health insurance. And I'm just feeling like, how come there's never enough? How come there never, ever seems to be enough of anything? And then I look up and I see these 12 bright green wild parrots that live in the valley behind my house. My parrots. And then I noticed that, gosh, there's got to be hundreds of leaves on all these trees. My trees. And there's got to be thousands of blades of grass and millions of grains of earth. My earth. And up in the sky, there are billions of stars and planets. And I've got trillions of cells in my body. I've got hundreds. I've got thousands. I've got millions. I've got billions. I've got trillions.
abundance, abundance. I've got hundreds, I've got thousands, I've got millions, I've got billions. Abundance, I've got hundreds, I've got thousands, I've got millions. Abundance,
Woo!
Back we are again. Let me just quickly
I once had.
finish the video. Oh man, it always gets to me, Marcia.
Me too. Me too. It's a very powerful moment it's in act 2 of Money Talks, actually towards the end. And you know, one thing that I will say is that that was even though that's in the show, everything in our show, by the way, is completely true. It's an autobiographical show. Nothing's made up. And that actually happened to me walking my dog Zoe in the valley behind my house. And it was a very profound experience for me, because there is so much abundance when we change our definition of what it means around us, surrounding us, that it's inclusive of the pandemic, inclusive of every situation that we're in right now. If you shift your perception, things can really change, right, Lucy? I mean,
Yeah. And, you know, even thinking of, you know, the abundance of emotions that we are able to feel, you know, like I must say that's another thing that came up for me over the last months, is like throughout this whole time, the last 6 months of the pandemic, I felt like I had so many different feelings, different emotions that I was able to feel, and where it's like endless. And again, even there, you know, that shift from constantly categorizing and judging these thoughts and feelings and emotions, putting them into good and bad, and, you know, to just kind of like be in awe about this human experience. And I think that's what, you know, what we are so much about, what this show is really about, is looking at all the different ways of how we show up in the world, how there's different, if, you know, you can just, like you said, you shift around your mindset for a little bit, and you can feel like a queen at the same moment when you could just basically, you know, live in a van. You can feel like a queen. And I think that is so important in these days, because we still, most of us are still making our feelings dependent on the outside circumstances. And I'm definitely not free of that, right? It's not that I'm hovering above the ground and, like I said yesterday, evaporating my emotions through my essential oil diffuser. You know, that's definitely not the point. But it's just so interesting that we're still so lured into that idea that the more I have, the more I make, the more it glitters, the better I will feel, and the less of these emotions that I don't like I need to feel. And I think that's for me all in this song.
yeah, and also, you know, it's a very profound idea to consider that our sense of abundance might not be connected to externals. I mean, if that's all you take away from today's episode,
Yeah.
and you kind of meditate on that, that's really a lot. And, you know, one of the things that also struck me from what you just said, Lucy, is the idea that we don't have to look beyond our own bodies in terms of the miracle and extraordinariness of being human. I mean, in that line, I say, I've got trillions of cells in my body. I mean, we do have trillions of cells in our body.
Yeah.
And we have immune systems that will adapt to viruses, that have adapted to viruses, for instance, throughout history. And we have sense, we can feel, we can taste, we can, I mean, if we just focused on the miracle of being alive, the level of abundance sort of pouring off of that is almost enough. But if we go beyond that and we look at just the ground we're walking on, you know, whatever level of health we have, the ability to walk, to breathe, to
Yeah.
see, to feel, I mean, we really have to redefine our we have to really redefine what abundance is in our lives. And it really comes down to choices and mindsets.
And I feel also, Marcia, there's always this sense, you know, it makes me almost very emotional also, because there's always also a sense of us somehow feeling that we're not deserving this, you know, we're not deserving all this abundance as humans. Like, it's almost like to really, because when we do what you just suggested, when we really sit there and really drink that in, like, wow, all these cells, wow, I should really feel good about myself just for the fact that this is actually happening, that my cells are renewing itself, changing, fueling, that my body can walk, move. Wow, why am I not feeling, and it gives me chills, you know, why am I not just feeling ecstatic just because of that? And nothing more. It doesn't need anything else really to feel alive and feel light, right? And then obviously we have all these concepts and ideas and structures and society and all of that comes in, that seems to like filter that experience. But I also believe if we tune into that on a daily basis, you know, you can at least always drink a little morning sip of that source, you know, drink a little morning sip of that well of abundance, and just remember that before we go into our day, you know, before we go into our day and get caught up in the hustle and bustle sometimes. Yeah.
Right. And also we have to remember that we are living in a culture, especially Westerners, that is is intended to kind of pull us away from these deeper truths, because we're living in a culture that says it's all out there. And if you buy this car and you buy this shirt and you do this and you do that, you know, that's where your happiness lies. And if we really begin to ponder this idea that there is so much abundance within us, I mean, the other thing that comes up for me from what you said, Lucy, is you can't begin to even ponder that, the idea of the extraordinariness, for instance, of our body, without also letting in that there's something greater than ourselves, that is beating the heart, breathing the breath, moving the body. I mean, the bottom line is we're not really in control. I mean, we make choices for sure, but something larger than us is flowing through us, is making the miracle of this body, is making the miracle of blades of grass growing. And this greater energy, if you're religious or spiritual, you call it God, the divine. If you're not, you can call it the life force.
Yeah.
But oh my God, that's always there. It's everywhere. We can't get away from it. It's closer than our breath. And that really is the groundswell from where the sense of abundance comes from. It comes from this greater expansive source that is always there, no matter what your color, no matter what your background is, no matter your religious leaning, it's always there. And if we can begin, and I think I had that moment in that valley when I tapped into that, and to just really begin to bring that more into our lives, especially now during these crazy, insane circumstances that we're living in.
You know, and don't get us wrong, everybody. You know, it's not about that we are sitting here saying, oh, you shouldn't want anything anymore, right? Like you shouldn't thrive for anything. You shouldn't like set goals and just well in the abundance of the cells in your body and just like, oh, you know, that's really also not what we're saying. But what we're really kind of wanting to give you, you know, as a little gift is the idea of, but if you from there, you know, if you use that as your standard, so to speak, as your soil, right? As the prepared soil for then thrive from there, because then you know you can always be sure that every project that you start, and maybe even if it ends, it becomes fertilizer for the soil, and there will be never-ending abundant seeds and sprouts coming up again and again. So it's really more of coming from that place of, I am already abundant, but let's see what else is possible. Because obviously we are here as humans to grow and change and thrive, and maybe not necessarily to arrive somewhere, be happy, and let it just kind of linger, right?
Right. And I would say that, you know, as a conclusion or a takeaway is seek this abundance. You know, go on the hunt for that which is already there, that which you are standing in, that you're breathing in. It's already there. And you know, one of the lines from our show that is, you know, our favorite line that really sums up the themes of Money Talks is a beautiful line from the Sufi poet Rumi. And the line is, you wander from room to room, hunting for the diamond necklace that's already around your neck. You wander from room to room, hunting for the diamond necklace that's already around your neck. The abundance is there. It's there. It doesn't matter what your circumstances are, as it really doesn't. It's there. And if we start to hunt for it, if we start to seek it, if we start to play with changing our perception and our mindset, we can find it.
Exactly. And I feel like, you know, if this speaks to you, you know, we have really exciting news. Actually, we finally figured out how to upload our the full video actually of the show, really good quality video on Vimeo, and we're actually preparing to make it ready for video on demand, so people can now really watch the video worldwide in their living rooms. And we're also actively out there right now seeking partnerships, corporations, companies, nonprofits to really team up with us and bring this beautiful message out into the world. And what better way, right, to use creativity, to use theater, to, you know, if you have a company, you invite your employees, your people, your team to like a virtual night out on Broadway. You know, you get a bottle of wine and a takeout dinner, and you all, you know, separately or even together in small groups, watch this show and really take it to heart. It will be such an honor, because Marcia and I were really, our dream was to be on tour already this year. And we had to step back and thought, nothing is holding us back. We're going to do a virtual germ-free tour instead.
And also for the month of October, we have partnered with a wonderful organization, a company called Purse Power. Purse, just like you're carrying a purse. And because Purse Power is a free app that offers a free directory of women-owned and women-led businesses, if you really want to put your money where your mouth is in terms of supporting women. And so we've partnered with Purse Power, and part of what Purse Power does is really support domestic violence prevention programs. And October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And so you can go to pursepower.com and you can buy a ticket through pursepower.com that will support Purse Power domestic violence prevention program. Some of it, of course, we'll share in that. And you can watch the show in the month of October through Purse Power as well. So please share this video. Please share your heart and really go on the hunt for the diamond necklace that's already around your neck.
Exactly. And we're going to make sure we're going to post the link below for the Eventbrite to support these, amazing women. I think everyone right now needs to rise up and remember that abundance, remember their value, remember that, we are all worthy to be here. We're all worthy to be alive. And it's not only a few selected ones.
Absolutely. So again, mahalo nui loa. Thank you very much for tuning in. And we'll see you next Tuesday around the same time for another episode of The Medicine of Self-Worth and another peek at a scene from Money Talks, but what the hell is it saying? Aloha.
Aloha. Share the video wide and far. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.